Welcome to the launch episode of the Ghana Ground Up podcast, where we cover all things real estate in Ghana. I'm Desmond Kafui, and in this first episode, we're putting on our hard hats and diving headfirst into the exciting and ever-evolving landscape of Ghana's real estate. Buckle up, we've got a lot to cover. Ghana's real estate sector is on a thrilling trajectory. An interesting one, of course, from luxurious high-rise apartments in Accra to charming, beautiful beachfront developments along the coastline. Now, the landscape is booming with diversity and dynamism. Regardless of the different opinions about where Ghana is today, the country is pulsating with economic activities, a rising tech-savvy middle class, and an increasing demand for modern living spaces. But before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's paint a broader picture. Ghana is witnessing a real estate boom fueled by a dynamic cocktail of stability, innovation, and sheer vibrancy. Now, this translates into a surging demand for housing, both residential and commercial. Now, this demand, coupled with a relatively young population and increasing urbanization, creates this perfect storm for real estate development and investments. Let's talk trends. There are a couple of trends that are influencing Ghana's real estate space, and let's focus on a few. Number one, sustainability. Now, sustainability has become a major buzzword as eco-conscious development is taking center stage, and some developers are embracing features like solar power and more green areas, while some have a preference for sourcing materials locally. Others are taking alternative routes by capping energy usage, by installing more energy efficient appliances. Another key trend worth noting is mixed-use communities. Mixed-use communities are basically self-contained developments, and they are popping up lately, offering residents a blend of living, working, and leisure spaces under one roof. Imagine working hubs alongside residential apartments, retail stores, recreational facilities, and a bit more than that. Now, mixed-use communities have gained traction, and they're offering residents more than just their dwelling spaces. They are becoming a thing, and they're catching on really, really fast. Technology is another key trend worth noting, and in the midst of all the technologies available is PropTech. By PropTech, I mean property technology. And there are a couple of startups that are revolutionizing the industry with diverse products. For example, online listing platforms where you can go and search for refined property options based on your search criteria. Now, talking about online listing platforms, you can check out Pollen Realty's website to start your property search. Their list of properties are refined and verified, so you can be sure to find some of the best rated properties in Accra. And we are very excited to have Pollen Realty on board as a key sponsor of the Ghana Ground Up podcast. You can also check out other listing platforms like Mikasa and other new entries into the space. And mind you, there are a lot more coming on board, so keep an eye out for new listing platforms on the market. Still on PropTech, another technology that is gaining ground is virtual tours, where you can virtually walk through a property and have a 360-degree view of every space in that property from the comfort of your phone or computer screen. Now, in extreme cases, you can use a VR or virtual reality headset to have a more immersive experience. And no, we're not done with PropTech yet. We're still on PropTech, and let's talk about drones. Drones have become a very important tool in the arsenal of every property developer. For example, in property inspections, drones are being deployed to map out construction sites. Now, having an aerial view of a project site and being able to get close to specific spots in a high-rise project without needing cumbersome gear is a plus. Drones have also become useful in creating video property tours, offering a dynamic view and different perspectives of the property under consideration. Yet one last very, very key and essential trend in PropTech is blockchain. Now, when I talk about blockchain or when I mention blockchain, a lot of people will first think of Bitcoin. But then, far from Bitcoin, blockchain is being deployed in Ghana's real estate space to make a difference. It's revolutionizing the space, and it holds a lot of promise to rid the industry of a lot of problems and hurdles that we face. Talking about blockchain, it is basically a system of recording and redistributing data across many computers where each data entry is called a block, and the block is linked to the previous and next blocks. Now, blockchain is decentralized, meaning no one controls it. And blockchain is transparent, meaning anyone can see the data that is stored. And blockchain is immutable, meaning the data cannot be changed or deleted. It is very secure, and it promises a lot of solutions, a lot of avenues for the real estate space. For instance, talk about land transactions. When you go to buy a land, you need to do your search and find out who owns it and, ascertain the real ownership, the title of the land, and all the information that you need on that land. Imagine if there is a reputable source of information, even beyond the lands commission, where you can just go and then go through the history of the ownership of the land, the state of the land, if there are issues on the land and all that. That will save you from a lot of headaches and will make the process of acquiring property and land a breeze. We will delve deeper into blockchain in Ghana's real estate space in later episodes. Now, we spent a lot of time talking about technology in Ghana's real estate, and there's so much to talk about, and we can't cover everything in this episode. So you'd want to subscribe to the channel and follow our social media pages to catch up on all our content. Moving on, no industry or sector thrives without its key players. We've got some seasoned real estate developers and newcomers making their mark in Ghana. Now, local and foreign investors are pouring in and recognizing the potential that we have as a country. Now, we can't talk about all these players without honorary mentions like Reggie Manuel, DevTraco, and Tresaco, who have blazed trails in developing gated community residences. Today, we have many property options, from apartments to townhouses to container homes to shared ownership properties, etc. We've come a really, really long way. But it's not just about the bigwigs. A vibrant network of architects, engineers, construction companies, interior designers, real estate agents, and property management companies, and other related service providers form the backbone of the industry in Ghana. The coming together of all these stakeholders ensures that the big picture fits perfectly. We'll be discussing all these departments in upcoming episodes. Now for the moment you've been waiting for, the gold and the grit. That's the opportunities and the challenges in Ghana's real estate space. Now, let's start with opportunities. Ghana's real estate market offers attractive returns on investment and offers a very stable legal framework and some government schemes like the National Housing Policy to address issues like affordable housing, which is necessary to resolve the growing housing deficits confronting a growing population. But hold on, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Let's not get carried away. Matters of land acquisition can be complex and bureaucratic, and there can be lots of hurdles, and the process can be daunting. And access to finance, especially for first-time home buyers, can be challenging as well. The frustrations can test the patience of even the most seasoned investor. But we're not going to keep things one-sided, but then we'll be sharing about the good you can expect in Ghana's real estate and also the bad to watch out for. We will discuss pressing issues that need to be addressed as well, because there's so much work to be done in this evolving sector. Despite the hurdles, Ghana's real estate sector is brimming with promise and there's immense potential. Now, it's a dynamic market with something for everyone, from luxury penthouses to affordable starter homes. Whether an investor or a property developer, or simply someone looking for a place to call home under this Ghanaian sun, there is a plot waiting for you. By a plot, I mean a parcel of land, not a plot twist, you know. So this is just the first episode of the Ghana Ground Up podcast. And in the coming episodes, we will delve deeper into specific trends. We'll be interviewing industry experts, and also we'll be offering practical tips for navigating the Ghanaian real estate landscape. So stay tuned and let's build something amazing together. Many thanks for joining me on the inaugural episode of the podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment or a review. We'd love to hear your thoughts, your suggestions, your opinions, and your takes on what we share on this podcast. I'm Desmond Kafui, and let's build Ghana from the ground up. I'll catch you on the next episode. Peace. The country is really pulsating with economic. The economy is really pulsating with. The country is pulsating with economic activities. Please pause. All right, we're done.